KPRC Channel 2. This is Houston Newsmakers with Cambrell Marshall.
And welcome back to Houston Newsmakers and to a group of men who represent a huge slice of Houston reaching out to help the residents of Flint, Michigan. Freddie Jackson is a board member of the International Association of Black Firefighters, a retired firefighter and community activist. Robert Beam is the CEO of V3 International and the World Water Bank, a lifelong advocate of safe drinking water. And David Guillory, co-founder of the Don't Kill Me movement, one of the organizations making up the 100,000 cases for Flint movement. Now, what is it that's brought this group together? Because this is not just one group, this is a lot of groups working together.
Well, in Houston, we've always been a city that always stepped up whenever there's been a need. As you know, when they had Katrina, we was one of the first cities to invite those people who had problems with the flooding and stuff. So we invited, everybody knows about that.
Right.
But Houston stepped up and wanted to be a part of the problems that they were having in Flint once they were recognized. And so we came together and we wanted to do whatever we could to make sure we make a difference in the crisis that they're having in Flint.
And David, how's that going? Because your organization is just one of the many organizations that comes together. The Black Heritage Society was one of the key focal points. And how did you get the call, and how do you think other organizations are also motivated to be a part of this?
Well, the co-founder, Chris Robertson, with Don't Kill Me, when he originally came to me about the idea, it was to help Flint. The more research we did, we came to see it was a it's a big problem. It's a global problem, but the United States, and there are 6 main states in the United States that are heavily affected by this lead overexposure. So with that being said, the organizations that we have networked with were pretty much handpicked by Barry Thompson, a great gentleman over at Black Heritage Society. And he brought us together, and through the grace of God, we've been working together.
I know, Robert, your whole focus in life right now is on water, and you look at what's going on in Flint. As you analyze that, how is their water, even with, let's say they get their situation resolved, and it's a long process, but what is your opinion about the quality of water, not only there, but in other municipalities around the country?
Well, I'll tell you, the water situation is really dire in most places around the country.
Why do you say that?
Well, because of the overexposure of addition of chemicals into the tap water, but then the lead from the lead pipes and even pharmaceutical drugs, the use of pharmaceutical drugs is now a big problem with tap water because you find pharmaceutical traces in tap water. So there's a whole host of things in your water sources that you have to be careful of.
I know municipalities do what they can to make sure it's safe for the residents. We have the situation in Flint where your goal, the name of the organization, 100,000 cases for Flint. Do you know where the goal standard is now in terms of how close you are to reaching that goal? Do you have a sense of where that is?
Right now, I believe we've collected over 15,000 cases of water. We've already delivered 5,000, and we're on the verge of doing another 5,000 to 10,000 cases delivered in a few days.
So you have a long way to go as far as 100,000.
We have a long ways to go. That's one of the reasons we're here. We're crying out to the community.
And there's no, is it open-ended now at this point in terms of trying to reach that goal?
Well, right now our date has been pushed out to the end of May.
The process is set up so people can go to different places and drop off water?
Yes, once they go to the website would have all of the drop-off points, and also it has a list of all of the items that are actually really needed. It's more than just water.
Right, right.
Yep.
What would you tell people that they need to know about water? I mean, to give the minimal standard that they should be willing to accept out of their tap. What kind of things would you suggest that they look for in order to know if their water is safe to drink?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell just by looking at it because it's clear. So what you have to do if you're buying bottled water, you should buy an alkaline water, something that's got a higher pH, is very healthy. Our water that we produce is called hydrogen-rich structured water. So there is actually a structured process that we use that makes the water penetrate the cells faster and easier. So that's why we say hydrate, energize, detoxify. And but what they can do is, what they should be doing there is definitely whole house filters, and every kind of filter that there is to filter lead and those types of contamination out. But once you're already contaminated, you need to do something to help get those out of your body.
Right. David, I know that you got into it for reasons that are to help the folks at Flint, and now you see other issues. What's your goal? I mean, your organization's goal, and what do you think other organizations who are part of this collaborative effort, what are their goals, you think?
We stepped in this project for 100K. That's what we did. 100K cases for Flint is the website. That's the project, and that's our goal. As Don't Kill Me is concerned with the reactions that come from the people to this lead poison, this overexposure, if you will. There are behavioral issues. The National Institute of Health published a statement, well, not a statement, but they did a report in 2014 highlighting behavioral issues that are stimulated through lead and overexposure. So with that being said, if you have this many people overexposed to lead, you end up with behavioral issues. These behavioral issues are over-aggressiveness, bullying, things of that nature that lead to the mentalities that create people who create violent crimes,
right,
and are in jail.
Well, I know we're having a lot of talk about that on Capitol Hill now. We've been having the governor there and the EPA head talking about what can be resolved. But your organization, let's put the website up. It's called 100,000 Cases for Flint. And the information is there on your screen. You can get the dates and times of drop-off locations, what's most needed. All of that information is on that website. 100casesforflint.us is that website. We could talk about it for another hour. We wouldn't really scratch the surface, but I want to make sure we at least got it out there and put the website out there for you to be able to see. We want to thank all of you for coming in this morning. Appreciate you being here. Good luck on your continued efforts.
Thank you.